according to Fox Sports, roughly 12 hours ago on the show Undisputed, the Las Vegas Raiders are actually considering Marshawn Lynch to come out of retirement. Now, one of the questions right there for Undisputed was, can Marshawn Lynch still be an elite running back? I don't believe so. It's hard to be a power back at 30 to succeed in the league. If you're going to be a running back past 30, you have to be either used very conservatively, similar to D'Angelo Williams, or you have to be receiving back. Now, a lot of people do like Marshawn Lynch. I think a lot of people love watching him play, and a lot of people love his personality too. Now, Marshawn Lynch to the Oakland Raiders makes sense. And at first, when I heard about this, I was actually on the opposite side of the opinion. I thought in my mind, like, this guy's old. They don't really need a power back. They got that Richards guy that apparently did pretty well to overtake the young, promising Latavius Murray. And the one thing, though, it does kind of make sense because the Oakland Raiders do have a good O-line. Now, they did lose some O-line depth, but I think what they're going to use Marshawn Lynch for is goal line situations. Do you look at the Oakland Raiders, Las Vegas Raiders, LA Raiders, whatever the hell you want to call them? Do you look at them and do you look at them as a great goal line team? No. Their goal line threat is Michael Crabtree. Now, is Michael Crabtree a mediocre wide receiver? Well, in 2013 he was, but now he's not really a mediocre wide receiver. He's a good one, but I don't really would rely on him in the goal line. And also the one thing about the Oakland Raiders was they do not have a fullback there, or they released Marcel Reese early on in the season. And so that's something that's a concerning to their goal line offense. And I think that's definitely something that's going to play a role because I don't think they're going to be throwing it to Michael Crabtree 100% of the time. Michael Crabtree just isn't, he's just not that kind of athlete. I just don't see him. And he's not that kind of player either. And also, Sebastian Janikowski, I mean, do you really want to win football games on kicking? And to be honest, their defense is still in question. Now, Marshawn Lynch cannot be the same beast mode that he can, but on the goal line, I think he can definitely show some strength there. Now, is Marshawn Lynch rumored about it? Absolutely. Did Marshawn Lynch say that he's done with playing football? Yeah, he is. But there are people considering him to come back out of retirement and all of that. And I look at Marshawn Lynch, and yeah, they need someone on the goal line to play there. He would play for a little bit. Now, in regards of what will happen to Marshawn Lynch just can't simply sign with them. The Seattle Seahawks will either have to trade with him or release him. I think Pete Carroll will try to trade him off. And the idea about players that retire and then come back, they can't just simply just join another team. So, for instance, Calvin Johnson can't just retire and then say, oh, I'll come back and then sign with the New England Patriots and just completely leave his contract and then come out. Like, that would be completely a huge exploitation. That's why you can't do it. That's why it's not easy for a guy like Calvin Johnson just to simply retire and then come back to football. They'll have to do a trade of some kind. And the Detroit Lions, for instance, on Calvin Johnson have full leverage on it. And I don't think Calvin Johnson's coming out of retirement. He might be pursued, but on another note, you can't simply do it. You're going to the Seattle Seahawks have complete leisure in Marshawn Lynch, I think, because he has 1 year left on his deal. And the one thing about that is that they will probably have to trade him. They would probably get something low, like probably in the middle round of the draft, some sort of draft pick in compensation. So when I look at this, Marshawn Lynch obviously will just be used as a goal line back. Nothing really too spectacular, and it's because I don't think they have much confidence in their goal line offense. Obviously, you can't just simply rely on Michael Crabtree. So when I look at this, Marshawn Lynch is not going to be Beast Mode 2.0 if he goes to the Raiders. But I will say this, Marshawn Lynch can be useful and successful if he joins the Raiders, if he's used as a goal line running back or used in a lot of goal line situations.